So, John,
Yes.
Dowroc is going to have to time slip into the point where he was thinking about jumping into the water, and he's going to go kidnap a little girl from a village and then come back.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Just don't.
Are you trying to back trace it enough way back when Johan jumped in the first dungeon? That's how far back you're trying to go.
Well, I can't save her from the monster if I go earlier.
I'm trying to
Like,
figure
when we
even.
like when we decide to go to the village, I don't know when the monster's going to attack her.
What the hell are our
Air.
what the hell are our options at this point? Like,
Depending on what Johan learned about, I was going to ask Johan how much time she had left
it doesn't seem like she
before
had.
it completely takes her.
Yeah.
So, because he rolled a really high medicine roll last time, so I guess he would know.
As a DM, I'll tell you that
Oh, screw you,
Minutes.
stupid thing.
I would say that, like I said the other day, she got attacked in the morning, and or the early part of the day. This is now the next day in the early morning, and it takes 24 full hours to do it. So
She was attacked midday, so maybe a couple hours.
maybe, maybe not.
I don't even know. Like, what could we even do? Like, we could
Maybe minutes.
we could.
It's all up to the dice rolls, unfortunately, for this one, I think.
What the hell?
It's gonna either end up very happy or very sad.
I mean, I'd like to see a happy outcome, but I'm not the one in charge here.
You literally are. Like,
Did you
if we could
Did you
keep her head from turning, I was thinking maybe that would at least save her mind for now, and then we could change the rest of her body back later. Like, has she grown bigger yet, or just gotten the skin?
no, she is not grown bigger as of yet.
Hmm. I mean, we could try to get.
Or should I say, like, not her entire body has grown big yet.
How big is she? Like how could we put a cloak over her and she still look like a person?
I would say yes, with the exception of it's starting to kind of go up her neck a little bit, but it's not like hit her head yet. So,
because we're not that far from Wilderreach. If we could get there, it's possible. What details do I have for Wilderreach?
you said it's basically a very basic town of woodworking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or it was.
Or it was.
We
Maybe it's not anymore.
we maybe could get back to Runoff. Runoff might have something at their market, like a potion we could use or something to at least stop the effects for now, because they're supposed to have like a merchant's guild and everything, and healers. They have healers that might know. What did I say we needed? Where's that page?
Of what?
To stop it from spreading.
Oh.
You're a scientist or so, probably.
It needs remove disease or greater restoration. So one of the healers there might know one of those. That would, like, if we really booked it.
Hold on. So from what previously is said, only a wish spell can reverse this one.
Well, yeah, you can still
Specifically
we can
from the
still
slab.
we can still stop the rest of the transformation from happening, and
Oh, okay, I
and
see what
then
you're saying.
and then undo the transformation later. And I was thinking like, just dress her up and either entrust her to one of the healers for now until we can get back, or take her with us because we're heading up towards Dragon Country anyway, and like we've all kind of heard stories about how they hoard magic items. Maybe we could get their king to let us use one of his magic items that can cast the wish spell.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I want to leave her in runoff though, because runoff's kind of shady otherwise.
I'm
Like-
sure Rowan could take care of her.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, I need to go. I need to go over with you. I was writing up a document for Nick, and I realized that like I don't want to tell you everything about what happened yet, because some of that's gonna be revealed later.
And what you mean, like the history, or
Yeah, but
Okay.
there is stuff I should still probably go over with you at some point.
okay?
Hold on one second. Do you want to go over what that information I had now, or do you want to do it a different time? Because
we can go over it now. That's fun.
I basically just want to go over what countries actually exist, because it seems like from looking at the map that there is Byzantia and Corwood and Organia, and that's about it. But there are others.
Let me pull up my map.
How-
I mean, I see Byzantia, Dragon Watch.
yeah,
Those
there's
are counties technically.
yeah. I guess the dragons have a country too, but they don't really like do politics, so I don't really think of it that way. Let's see. Byzantia is huge because it absorbed a bunch of other countries in the old conquests.
Because Byzantia is made up of Blackgate, Valley Watch, and Dragon Watch, right? It looks like.
Yeah, Byzantia is
If I'm reading the map right.
Byzantia is everything between Corwood and Orcania. And then there's the northern continent too, that is also Byzantia, and it has its own counties.
Okay.
And it's massive.
Arcania.
Because they absorbed all these other peoples. And technically, I guess, Corwood extends a little bit into the northern continent too, but mostly that's where... Like, that's...
Is that where the bridge is?
Yeah, that's...
The Great Bridge? Okay.
It's more like they share that land with other peoples. But...
Oh, because whoops, I forgot that there's there's North Byzantia.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the south.
And
Okay.
but then there's the if you look at the South Continent map, there's the sea tower over in the east, the southeast.
Oh yeah.
The area starting at like the coast directly west of that, the little peninsula and like Gulf area there, and then going out east, there is an undersea kingdom there that's hidden away. Most people don't know about it. The kings would know about it, and the chief of the Wolfwood tribe would know about it.
So Dowroc and Johan would know.
Maybe,
For sure, probably about 'em.
maybe they would know. Their families would know. They might know too. They might have been told already.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think so.
But
Zach obviously has not heard about it.
Well, he wanted to research it, I guess, but he was doing other stuff.
Oh, okay.
and
Mhm.
like there are some towns over in that direction. There's a town of like water races in that Gulf too. That's not aligned with anybody, or at least they say they aren't. That's like the front guard from that civilization, making sure people don't come all the way east and find it, basically. but they're
Okay.
they're hidden there for an old secret reason. Nobody,
That south that Gulf area.
yeah, nobody really knows how big it is, but it extends out into the Eastern Ocean.
Okay.
And it's pretty advanced.
Wakanda underwater.
Then there's the Wolfwood people. They control basically that entire woods, which
Forest civilization.
but they're sparse, and they don't really have like civilization centers except around the Wolf Tree. They mostly just range around and build their shelters and move them as they go. And also the woods seems to change configuration, so other people can't find them.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah, and that's because it literally does. Some of the trees are alive and they walk around. And they're hidden away for a reason. If you look at the north map, there's something called the Sky Tower, and this is the one I'm mostly worried about you knowing, because
Well, you don't have to. Where's that at?
it's if you look at the southwest
Oh,
corner.
yeah, bottom left. Yep.
Um,
So you don't have to go into too much detail because I mean we shouldn't really make it up in that area unless
I
this
know,
is just for
I know, but
knowledge. Okay.
there is a
Every
there's a kingdom in the sky, and it's kind of shunted magically just out of our dimension, so people can't see it. And
everyone wants to.
and the tower used to be the way you would get there. It used to not be out of our dimension. It's just that's where you would go to like enter their kingdom legally.
Okay.
But they for reasons unknown, one day decided to shunt themselves a little bit sideways into another dimension, and they did so with the interior of the tower too. So now you can't use the like
You can't go into the tower in order to get up.
yeah,
to that
there is like a magical air bridge thing that you would take from the tower up to their kingdom. So you can't even use that to get there anymore.
Dowroc's gonna find that tower.
And there would be stories of the Sky Kingdom, and if you ever wanted to do anything with any flying races or any angelic peoples, you could have them come from there. Is the main reason I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
And then all the way the kind of the northern Great Range, which is the mountains in the north half, there's a civilization around something called the Inverted Tower. That's like Goliaths and like subterranean elves and stuff. They're one of the groups that they're cordial with Corwood, but they're not actually part of their alliance. And then there's also the hidden kingdom of wood elves in the very northern forest.
Or yeah,
But for some reason in the past they hid themselves away behind powerful illusions to the point that most people don't think they're there anymore. They think they migrated north, but they did not.
Now the north and the south maps that we have, is that pretty much the, I don't want to say extent of our world map, or?
Yeah, I'm kicking around.
I'm just curious.
I'm kicking around some ideas for other places, but like,
because I know you're mainly going to be the one that deals with the big world map.
Yeah.
So,
like there's definitely other continents and other countries. It's just Byzantia doesn't really deal with anybody else.
Gotcha.
So, how, like, since the, like you said, with the war and stuff like that, the first time that happened, how long would you say it happened between the second time it happened? Like the corruption of the elf land was first.
The corruption of the human land was first, technically.
Oh, okay. And then there was a quote unquote retaliation the second time.
What happened very, very simply is the human land corrupted first, The process that started the Elfland corrupting had already started,
Oh, okay.
and
Before.
the people doing it just didn't stop when the corruption happened in the human land,
Oh,
even
okay.
though they should have, and so it still happened there. It would have been only a few years after.
Okay. That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Good.
Yeah, that's really it. So that's all the kingdoms.
Okay.
And that like we can discuss specifics about them as needed. But I just wanted you to have the like general information.
Okay.
I don't really have anything planned out regarding the leadership of them or anything, except that the ruling class of the Sky Kingdom would be other ASMR.
Of the Sky Kingdom.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then they have like other flying races like Aarakocra and stuff.
That are crocus.
That helps me more. That helps me more.
And just your knowledge or your story.
My knowledge and story.
Good.
Gotcha.
I'm glad that mostly our ideas have been like actually gelling together.
Oh yeah. Well, I talked to Nick about this, and it's like 9. I would say the majority of mine and his are going to be, I don't want to say coherently together or close to it, with little tidbits of yours. But then when yours opens up, John, I think it's just going to really expand, the entire world,
Yep.
and it's going to be a lot more in depth or different areas.
I hope so.
So
That's the hope. All right. So
'cause-
I'll reload, please.
no.
So Jeremy thinks we should name our group John. But we'll probably need Megan before we name our group.
I assume Megan, well, one thing to keep in mind is I think we're all going to be pretty good about this, but like not metagaming stuff. So if we obviously know something, we're going to try to act like our characters don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like Megan as an example, is Megan, because last time I think she stayed with us pretty much the whole time. Is she intending to be staying on with us the entire time?
Yeah, that was kind of my
Or
plan.
close to it? Okay, I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I think it would be cool to have like a cool, again, I haven't watched the Critical Roles and all that kind of stuff. I've seen tidbits, but just something cool,
Mhm.
But that's a later time.
Yeah.
Like Nick said, once we actually get our whole team together, or because who knows how many team members we'll have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
another thing we could do. I was thinking.
depending on how you guys care about my characters, that most likely will pop up. I mean, it just depends on how the story goes, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, right. I mean, I can't imagine every.
you could fall in love with some of my characters, but I don't know.
Well, and the thing is that we obviously, like, just as an example, the second campaign of the Critical where there's 9, there's not always 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're called that, I mean, that's like Raph if he comes back in. If he's only in it every so often, he'd still be part of our team. It's just, I doubt until maybe the end, if like we have a war or something like that, I don't necessarily see a group of, 7 or 8 people walking around.
It's just too much for 3 people.
Well, exactly. Well, and it's too much, in my opinion, just for a table. I think 4 to 5 is probably like the most you'd really want to have at any one time, because then it takes forever to, like, for combat. It takes forever to, I think 4 to 5 is probably your best balance, with occasionally, of course, some things having more. I don't know if any of my characters will stick around or not. I guess we'll have to see where the story leads. We'll see if I leave a certain character around and then John slits his throat.
Okay. So we could get the effect.
But it made for a good, yeah.
We could get the
Uh-huh.
we could get the effects of a remove disease spell from a potion that does exist. All right, I'm just still thinking about this kid. Okay.
Well, why don't we hit play?
Yeah.
Why not leave this, not delay this any longer? I'm going to.
All right. So
Why? What's wrong? What's wrong, Nick? Are you
Oh my
thinking
God.
something bad's gonna happen?
Nothing's good gonna happen. Nothing. It
You don't
can't get
know that.
any more. It can't get. It can. It can get very, very worse.
Well, fair. It can.
all right. So let's jump in then.
Okay. Map should still be up.
It says it's not, but you know.
Oh, you're not hosting a game.
What is it not like open up if I'm not quote hosting
I
it?
guess.
Yeah.
God, I
Oh,
really.
maybe I'll try to reload, I guess. Hmm.
This is so silly.
I'd say the biggest plus though to having the D&D map is that the character sheets are integrated in and all that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Like when you roll, it'll show on the map instead of having to have it on a different
Yeah.
thing. Campaign. Launch maps. Alright. Maps should be up now.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, man.
What's
Oh.
wrong, Nick?
I'm gonna do something.
Oh man. Oh God, her face. Oh God.
What's wrong, Nick? You're acting like something terrible will happen. Maybe you can save her.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, where is it?
What, Todd's image?
Yeah, I just
Did you,
just made it. Where'd it go?
Is he in the campaign technically, or?
Oh, I guess he's not, is he?
Yeah, he's got to be in the campaign to.
That's all right. I'll just deal with it later. It's fine. All right. So I run over. I do my medicine check. Do pretty well.
Oh God.
I
I
ask.
have one.
How do I want to do this? What is the best way to phrase all this? I explain what it is, what's happening.
Just as a recap, so her bottom all the way up to her neck is red with the scale kind of feel to it, and her hands are basically, they look like miniature versions of the creature, and she was reaching out to Dowroc, or toward the group, and then that's where we ended. And then Johan went over, did a medicine check,
Okay.
found out you cannot reverse this other than a wish spell from your knowledge.
Yeah, we can't. We
So,
can't.
now,
I'll
there are
say.
ways to stop it necessarily, but
I'll say. We can stop its progression. Can either of you cast remove disease or greater restoration?
I cannot. I don't get those spells until later. Actually, I don't think I actually ever get greater restoration, but I also do not have remove disease either.
I don't have. If I had more time, I could. But we don't.
We have one option
don't.
then. We can ride back to. We can ride back to either Wilderreach or Runoff and find either a healer or someone with a potion of remove disease that we can purchase. Either one will stop the spread, but only a wish spell can undo the transformation. So if we don't stop the spread before it takes her mind, then we'll lose her.
Zack looks over to Johan and he says, well, from your knowledge, you said it only took 24 hours. How long would it take us to reach the town?
If we ride as fast as possible, we might be able to get there in time. But I don't know. Like, how long have we been here today? We got up relatively recently, right? And we found her. Was it the day before or the night before?
So the day when you found her in the room, when Dowroc found her.
When we found her.
Oh, getting hit.
Running from the monster, yeah.
It was yesterday. So
Well, yeah.
Yesterday.
But like, was it late in the day or early in the day?
It was late morning. And right now, Dowroc had gotten up to do breakfast, and you did an encounter, and so you're early to mid morning.
God damn it. Okay.
Currently.
So it's not going to work.
I mean, we are, depending on exactly where we are, and I don't know exactly where we are. It would take. God, if one of us took one of the horses and ran as fast as possible, we might be able to get to either one of those towns in 2 hours. Maybe.
Zack chimes in and says, well, it's at least an option that we have, so one of us can do that while the others try to figure out maybe a different solution. So Zack offers to be the one that rides back into town.
God, I wish we had time to like. I'm gonna as I'm yelling back at you guys so you can hear me. I'm gonna run back over to where the guy was holed up. I'm just
see if they have like a lab or something.
Well, I'm gonna look around to see if he like. What if he decided that somebody he didn't want to get transformed started to get transformed? Maybe he would have one of the potions here, because he wouldn't have had any medical abilities. So I want to look.
Agreed.
I want to look around. What's everybody's investigation?
Zack's is only. This is going to be lower because it's intelligence based.
At +8.
Yeah, Dowroc's the better one.
All right.
Mine is +1.
I say.
Zack
I say Dowroc, take Todd to help you sniff things out, and take like. I don't know, how long would it take him to search the town, Jeremy?
I would say 30 minutes or so.
God.
To do a good check everywhere.
All right, we'll start getting her dressed to ride, and also to hide the fact that she's turning into a monster, while he does that. Because it's not like we can just take off anyway. We need to get the horses unhitched. We need to get her strapped in and ready to go.
Zack chimes in and says, do you want me to ride first while you try to decide whether or not maybe I could find something and get back?
I don't know.
Because we don't have much time.
Yeah, ride ahead. Ride 2. Run off. Their market is bigger. They have healers. See if you can find something. I will ride after you with her as soon as possible. And maybe we can meet up halfway. That should round it out to taking about the same amount of time it would have originally.
Okay. Zack jumps on the horse, cuts it loose from the cart, and starts racing back toward runoff.
Okay. All right, I guess we need to do investigation checks then.
Okay. So Dowroc Dowroc, what are you doing? You're doing investigation checks around the town?
Trying to think.
Because I guess I'll ask too, where is everyone's position in relative to what's happening?
I mean,
As in, is anybody? I see you're in the room.
yeah,
Dowroc,
I'm
you-
gonna kind of be wandering back this way.
Okay.
I tell him, I say I'll stay with her. But we need you're the best at this. We need you to do it.
I understand.
And Todd's gonna go with you. He can sniff for stuff, so you'll get the benefits of help. His perception's pretty good.
All right. I will. I'm going to change the timing up. To do a thorough check of each house, you'd have to do an investigation check in that house or structure, and it takes you roughly 5 minutes to search it.
So this was the one on the right was Bryn's house, and I didn't detect anything magical in there. But when I checked, it was coming.
When you initially went in to see her, yes, you didn't find anything.
It was the mayor's house that was initially the one next door that was
Yes.
preventing detect magic.
Because the one that you're in right now is the same room that Johan and the Mind Flayer were in. So that was his, house or building.
So I'm going to check there first.
Okay. Do an investigation check.
I really should be spreading out and helping too, but I don't want to leave the girl's side.
Wait, which one did you do, Nick? I saw an 18 and a 22. Oh, was that guidance or something?
That's
The
help.
I was with the help
Yeah.
from
Oh.
Todd.
Gotcha. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, Todd's with you. Okay.
It's for 24 investigation.
Okay. You kind of look around the room. You try to, throw things aside, kind of rubble, and trying to find something.
It's definitely doing.
Unfortunately, you do not see anything magical or anything that could help you in this situation.
How long does detect magic last if you cast it?
30 minutes.
Shit.
That's what I was thinking.
Now, you said 30 minutes, right?
10 minutes. Up to
Or
10.
So 10 minutes.
How many
hold
how
on.
many castings of it do you have left today?
I have one.
So
Yeah.
10 minutes. I'd say the encounter took a minute,
So I'm
and
not.
the aftermath and build up to it each took a minute.
So
So I would say you have 7 minutes left of detect magic available to you
okay,
on the
so
current casting.
so we technically have 17 minutes of it total today left.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
as we're checking the most likely buildings, obviously he'll be feeling
I'll be
with
running.
that too.
Yeah. I'd be running to the next building if I can find anything.
Okay. So
Okay, so
I-
5 minutes.
I mean I do the buildings that the creatures came out of next.
So you take 5 minutes to search the one building.
Yeah.
With no avail, so you have 2 minutes of detect magic still active.
And then I would run here.
Okay, that is where the one of
30
the
feet.
creatures
Yeah.
busted out of. Okay,
That's 30 feet. Any detect magic within 30 feet of that? Of these?
no current detect magic.
Okay.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna take
Yep.
take the girl over to the other horse and start getting her ready to go. Just carry her over there.
Is
Okay,
this sewer grate relevant?
the sewer grate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this thing over here.
Probably.
Oh, over there. No, don't
Okay.
pay attention to the sewer grate. Sorry. I was
Pay no
looking at you.
Pay no attention to the grate in the hole in the ground.
There's also not a giant statue of a demon in the south, so don't pay attention to that one either.
Oh, that was my favorite part.
Oh, wait, what?
There's no demonic statue at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. Just
I will say 1 minute has passed. So you have a minute left on your current detect magic.
Just gonna.
Would potions give off a magic signature?
Depending, I mean, technically detect magic's wording is you detect any type of magic. So let me detect magic.
So would he have even needed to search the building for a potion? Couldn't he have just walked in there and sensed if one was there?
Like it's 30 feet, so.
Well, yeah.
I can
Like
pop my head in.
because he wouldn't have needed that full 5 minutes then.
I imagine Dowroc's using like a detect magic. He's using like that water prowl thing.
Like how long would it take him to just run into each building, stand there for a second, and then leave?
So here's the issue that you would run into as the DM. So here's the issue that you'd run into. It detects magic or a school specifically of magic. What if an item that he's searching for doesn't have a school of magic associated with it? Or what if it's an item that's magical, but it's not really magical? Like it's more of a mundane item.
Well,
So you can go that route.
If it's a potion, remove disease is cure disease is abjuration. So would the potion feel like an abjuration spell?
You would be able to detect it with the spell, yes.
And what's the other one? Greater restoration.
Or detect spell.
Greater restoration is also abjuration. So I could yell out to him and say, sense for any abjuration magic. Maybe like he's already searched the first building first before I say that because I just thought of it. But then
so he is.
My question is, would it take him more than like 12 minutes then to just run to each other building in town and then maybe do like a once around the streets sensing for any abjuration magic?
No, he could run through the entire town in 12 minutes unless he finds, something. So
yeah, okay, so like that's our question then. Do we want to do that? Because it saves us time and maybe miss something else? Or God, that is up to Dowroc. How long does it take me to get her strapped onto the horse?
I'd say 2 total minutes. Between you walking over with her and then putting her on the horse, I'd say 2 minutes.
All right.
But not terribly long.
All right, my investigation isn't very good. I'll tell Dowroc to go use his magic while I search the other 2 buildings that the creatures came out of more in detail with my own skill and beans to help me.
Okay.
All right. So I don't remember which buildings they were. It was this one, right?
Yep.
And another one.
It was the one to the south,
okay.
Right? The more rectangle-y looking one.
Okay.
Was
So I'll run back there first, and while he's doing that, God, come on. With help, 21.
Okay. As you do a more thorough check inside, you discover nothing of value.
All right, I run to this one.
Okay, Dowroc, what are you doing? Because I'm assuming these are happening simultaneously.
Yeah, that was my intention. God, only an 8. Right. Only an 8 on the second one.
You notice nothing about that
yeah,
house.
I figured I would.
Abnormal. So
what do I
will say?
What do I see inside? Just like wrecked furniture and stuff?
Yeah, it's wrecked furniture. You don't really see anything too detailed. I mean, it's kind of books or something kind of thrown around, furniture that's kind of destroyed. I would say another minute has passed since the start, so Detect Magic is currently deactivated.
I am taking a breather, and he's going to go check the map.
No, so he was at the left building. He came back up to where you were, and the Detect Magic is stopped, so he'd have to cast it one last time in order to start it. So the bottom 3 buildings and the left one from where you are have not been checked yet at all.
I would recommend that we still do that first before we do anything else. What are these things over here?
They're just short wells. They're nothing
Yeah.
You don't notice anything at the bottom of them.
Right.
At the same time, you do hear a scream coming from the west, and as you kind of glance over, you see her like shivering underneath a kind of old cloak that you kind of threw around her for a second.
Yeah.
You can hear her screaming.
And I yell back, Dowroc, hurry.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I mean, I know we don't want to use more magic than we have to, but like we might have to. I don't have anything that could help her at this point. Like,
And just so you're aware, Zack had nothing available. He didn't have detect magic prepared, nor did he have any kind of healing stuff. So I didn't like remove him for that.
do I have like? I don't even know if I have any of those spells that I could have prepared but didn't. I'm gonna feel really bad if I didn't.
I mean, Zack could have prepared detect magic, but he did not.
So where was Dowroc?
I
Gonna say,
don't even know what level they are.
Queen of the Night, please
Detect is first level.
protect this child. And then he's gonna run. Like, he's gonna detect magic.
I don't have that.
And he's gonna run.
Right.
So 10 minutes. Okay.
He's gonna run here. Into this gazebo looking thing.
I'll get mounted on the horse so that the moment he yells back that he doesn't find anything, I can start riding. And I'm
You're just gonna leave Dowroc?
yeah. I mean, I don't want to, but like it's the faster option, right? Because he'll have Todd and I go with him. He'll be fine. That's like having two halves of another person.
All right. So you do not detect anything in the gazebo. You do not detect. I would say it takes about a minute to run, kind of from each. Well, maybe not a minute. That's a bit much.
Don't fall in that crevice.
30. So 30 seconds. So I'd say after checking 2, you're down to 9 minutes.
I mean, from there you could get like all of those buildings, I think, right? Yeah, you could get all 3 of those buildings from there. And the slads are terrifying.
1 sec, sorry.
Oh,
You're not. You're not losing time. I'm just looking at something. The what is terrifying?
The slads.
slap.
Oh,
I'm reading about them a little bit. Like most of this is like world-specific lore that I'm assuming we're not running with too much. But like, dang, they're
Correct.
creepy.
all right. So, so you check those 2. It took about a minute. You come up to this one. You kind of sense something in the bottom middle, smaller area.
This one.
Yep. Investigation.
Okay.
Does Todd help?
Yeah.
I guess.
And
Yeah.
guidance, I'm assuming.
And guidance, and the magic that you spelled was abjuration as well.
Good.
23.
All right. So as you take the 5 minutes to rumble through everything and try to find something, I would say your detect magic has about 4 minutes left total on it, and up a shelf that's in the corner that's been busted to hell, and you notice a potion on the ground.
Grabbing it.
You grab the potion.
I don't know what it is. But I'm going to pass by this house first.
Do you like yell out?
So-
Do you like yell
You
yell
have
out
to
or
make
anything?
So the rules are, you have to make a 12 to see what kind of potion.
Oh. I can do Arcana check just in case.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's an Arcana check. Where's that? There it is. Okay.
I don't know what does, but I'm forcing it down our gullet anyway.
I mean,
You do a slight taste, like you like Like you just kind of
Yeah,
do it
like
police do with, cocaine. You just try and tap
it can't make her.
They didn't kill. It's not making me. It's not killing me.
Yeah,
so.
it can't really make her
No,
situation any
no.
worse at this point unless it's like
It's
a
not
like a potion of kill you instantly.
So you kind of taste it, and it does not taste good at all. And knowing your Arcana, you succeeded on the Arcana check. You notice that it's simply a bottle, in a potion bottle, an oil of slipperiness. So,
Okay.
4 minutes remaining.
Going in this house.
Okay. You do not detect any magic in this house.
Are those wells relevant?
The ones above you?
Yeah.
No, they're small. Johan already looked in them. They're just very shallow things. There's nothing down them.
And there's nothing. The only thing left. What's relevant? Just the house.
On the map. Just the houses. Don't pay attention to the devil statue, the fountain, or the grate above the fountain. Everything else is there because the other things at the top are like trees or cracks, you know.
All right, did we do everywhere then? Is that everywhere?
There's nothing magical. How could he not have a laboratory?
He might have had it in another dimension.
How could he be doing this without some kind of laboratory?
That is an outstanding question. You have 3
right,
minutes
so
on detect magic remaining.
I'm on the horse. I'm gonna kind of ride around the town, and I'm gonna do some.
And just for everyone's time, 17 total minutes has passed since Zack took off.
Okay. I'm gonna do some wandering around kind of the outskirts of town on the horse, and I'm gonna nature check as I ride. Like, we could even say I've been doing this as he's been doing his last couple if we want. To see if I notice anything unusual about the landscape around here where
Fountain,
where there could be something hidden.
Yeah, the fountain's nothing. It's just like rubble. It's not... There's nothing there.
Yeah, I want to see if there's anything hidden in the... Like any hidden cellars. Hidden cellars or
You're talking about the thing you found?
anything else.
Oil of slipperiness is the name of it. But it's a potion. The reason it gave off the vibe of the abjuration is because it gives you the freedom of movement when you drink it.
Oh.
Or you can pour it on the ground to make it a grease spell for 8 hours.
That was in the house.
We should give it to the horse.
Yes, that was in that house.
We should give it to the horse.
What's the floor made of? Is it just like regular floor or?
Yep, just like wood.
Are we like yelling back
Wood
and
floor.
forth at each other right now, or anything? 'Cause like I'm telling him, oh, she's ready to go. I'm gonna ride around the town and scope the landscape a little bit. Did he yell? Do you yell to me that you have the potion?
Johan, back at Bren, you notice that the red scaly is starting to move up her neck.
Great.
And it's kind of at the bottom of her face.
Okay. Do I know that he has the potion?
John?
Yeah. Can you not?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can, yeah.
Okay. Do I know he has the potion? Has he been yelling this back to me or anything?
Dowroc?
I found a potion, but I don't think it's the right one. It's not a.
all right, so
it's not a great restoration.
as he's yelling that to me, I wanna kind of wander around the outskirts of town and do some nature checks.
Okay.
See if I notice anything weird about the landscape, where anything could be hidden. So while he's searching those southern buildings, I guess. I yell back that that's what I'm doing. I ask, do you know what the potion is?
It's a potion of allows you to walk. It allows you to overcome debris.
We should give it to the horse. It'll allow me to ride faster.
Okay.
All right, so we'll meet up as I'm doing my checks. I'm gonna roll a check.
Okay.
He can dump it down the horse's throat. I got very bad. I got a 7.
You do not notice anything.
All right.
I would say another minute goes by.
All right.
So, 2 minutes remain on the concentration, and 18 minutes have passed.
Okay. I say after we give the horse the potion, I'm gonna ride around the town one more time, do one more check, and then I'm gonna take off because if I'm right about where this town is located, I'll need to be in the southeast corner anyway to really start riding towards runoff. So I'll just kind of circle down here, then come back up and around to there.
Okay.
Okay. And do one last check. Come on. 14. Do I see anything weird about the landscape at all?
You see nothing weird or helpful about the
All right,
landscape
I just-
immediately surrounding the town.
I just start riding then. And Dowroc's got Todd and Igo with him.
Okay.
And
Dowroc, what are you going? Oh, Nick?
I'm here.
Okay, there you go. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't lose you.
Another
I'll say detect magic has faded, so 20 total minutes have passed.
if I don't have to worry about any difficult terrain on the way back, am I able to ride faster than I would otherwise?
Yes.
Dowroc's gonna go into that house.
Okay.
And he's gonna make an investigation check for a
Okay.
trap door.
Okay. $23. You do not notice any trapdoor.
God. See, I haven't had time to like sit with them and tell them what the monster was or anything, or what his abilities were that I might have known about. So like Dowroc might not even know that he can access other dimensions.
Oh, the mind flare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause if he had a laboratory, it's almost certainly at this point in another dimension.
Alright, so as Johan is riding,
Mm-hmm.
he gets roughly 30-ish feet outside of town when Bryn lets out a blood-curdling scream as the red starts going up across her face as she starts to grow ever so slowly, but still growing.
God damn it. There was never really a chance for us to get to town anyway.
So what do you do?
Is there some way I can put her unconscious without hurting her too badly?
You can put her unconscious technically, but I mean she's still gonna
I know. I just if she transforms
Oh.
fully, I don't want her to start attacking me and the horse.
Okay.
So I do that, and
It's probably gonna switch off your map because you know that's how these maps work. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay. All right. So you're attempting to knock her out?
yeah, just very gently.
All right. So you're doing something along the lines of like chopping her neck. So, doing some traditional way of knocking her out.
The Captain Kirk judo chop.
Yep. All right. So as you start trying to chop her, her right hand comes up and grabs your arm,
Cool.
and she looks up at you, and then the redness overtakes her face as she fully transforms into a red slod.
This
All right,
Dowroc, as soon as he heard that scream, he was gonna run and chase. He's gonna
Okay.
but
So as this is happening, so let me set.
like he would have felt that scream was different.
So as she grabbed the hand, looked at you, grew bigger, it kind of startles you as she kind of jumps off the horse while you kind of fall a little bit backwards off the horse, but not enough to like hurt you or anything.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to fight her. So, like, I don't know. We're close enough. Maybe she'll find her way to the other slots if we run and, like, survive here for a while.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
Are you all on the sand map?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as she transforms, she, which, you know, treat the fight however you'd like, roll initiative.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
23.
20.
First thing I do is I'll give the horse a little whack to get him running kind of off this way, so he's, you know, not right next to the monster.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna disengage and run
I got 23.
run back.
All right. So I guess you and Johan roll again.
Okay. 21.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do that stuff and disengage and run back here.
Okay.
I mean that's all I'm doing.
Dowroc, your turn.
Dowroc's putting away his gun.
Okay.
If he even had it out, I don't think he would have.
He probably didn't while he was running around checking stuff.
Yeah.
I'd assume he's not having any weapons on him currently, unless you pulled one out when you heard the scream.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had one drawn to ride. I wasn't really expecting any immediate danger necessarily, so I don't have mine out either.
Johan, with a speed that you've never seen a dwarf run before.
Excellent sprinters.
You know what they say. Yep, dwarfs are excellent sprinters.
Todd would have moved up like right here ish.
Yeah. He's gonna move and then bonus action or action dodge or dash.
Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And then Igo is going to.
Oh, if I have the action economy, I'll also say, like, because he'd already be running up there anyway, like, because we're doing all this at basically the same time. I'd say we should run. We should leave her here.
You cannot leave her. I can't leave her. Not this.
All right. Well.
And then Igo is going to run in front and kind of like try to stopping position, trying to stop her from going around anyway.
Okay.
We have to wait until Zack gets back at least.
No, I don't think we can keep her corralled here for another hour and a half. Like, I don't think that's possible.
I would say
no,
roughly,
it would be even longer than that because it would be like 3.5 hours because he needs to ride back too. God.
All right. That is Dowroc's turn. So the creature runs up to Igo and attacks against Igo. And 23 to hit. And gets 10 piercing damage.
Igo's down.
And then Igo's down.
Yeah.
Red border. The slide will then take the movement. It still has movement left, and move here and attempt to claw Dowroc. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
6 piercing damage. And make a Constitution saving throw.
Not 20.
Alright, you are safe. She then attempts to claw you again, and gets only a 10 this time.
Okay.
That is her turn. It is now Johan's turn.
Alright, I will yell out to Dowroc. If we leave her for now, she'll be safe with the others that are still in the area. We can wish her back later. And then I'll run up beside him to try to draw fire, and then direct Todd to do his charge thing to try to knock her over.
Okay.
I don't want him to necessarily do damage, but I want him to try to knock her prone, so we can back off if we need to.
What's the check again? Strength?
Yes. Against 15. So she's probably gonna be fine, but you know.
Todd speeds up and uses the force of his charge to ram into her, dealing no damage, but it does knock her prone.
Okay. If I have the time to, I also want to. Do I have it? Where is it? There it is. Speak a healing word at Igo to get him up.
Igo? Okay.
So he gets back 7 HP.
Okay. It is Dowroc's turn.
At least let me be able to identify her from the others.
Can I?
And then Dowroc is going to cast a branding smite on his mace.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I mean, it hits.
I'll do the damage. I need to see what this does. Okay. So it does 1d6. 1 damage. 7 damage, and then 2d6 radiant. So 7 points. I want to make, if I can, I want to burn it onto her chest, like a star pattern, like the way the mace is imprinted. Like I want to burn like to slam the head of the mace onto her and just try to brand a like a cross onto her chest, like to identify her if I need to.
Oh, sorry. I had myself on mute. Didn't mean that. So you did 14 total damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you burn the imprint of the mace into her, and as you do this, the creature starts screaming out in pain due to the branding.
Well, yeah, I would
you're
think
going
so.
straight onto her chest.
Much. I didn't run anywhere. And then she's prone,
She is prone.
so I'm gonna just run.
Okay. So I believe, let me double check. So she does still get an attack of opportunity. It's just with disadvantage. So, are you still wanting to run?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Where's the horse? Over the horse.
disadvantage.
Going towards the horse.
She only gets a 15 to try to hit you.
This misses.
Okay.
I'm going to the horse.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could just tell Igo to disengage. You know.
Yeah. He is 40. He is horse speed anyway. He's 40 feet. He movement.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get to the point.
Okay. That is your turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So as she kind of like kneels for a second, she kind of grabs her chest and then stands the rest of the way up with half of her movement. And then she attempts to bite at Johan since he is there. 16 to hit.
Miss.
And then she takes her left claw and misses with a 7. And then a right claw, a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
So hits.
Yeah, that hits.
He does 5 piercing damage, and then you make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. $20.
All right, you are safe. It is now your turn.
All right. I'm gonna run.
Okay. Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Only a 14, so she
Okay.
misses.
For my action, I am going to expend Wild Shape to summon Crispy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna order him to hold her attention. So he's just gonna like fly around her face.
Okay.
And Todd will then disengage and run with us, and hopefully that will allow us to escape back to town to get the wagon and start, I guess, to meet up with Zack. Which
Okay.
I'll say basically to Dowroc, we should go get the wagon while she's distracted and then ride towards Zack. And I reassure, I say she will be fine. We will save her. Already forming a plan.
Sorry.
Were you going this whole time?
Well, hit my left for a second.
Oh.
All right, so she's distracted. She's distracted by Crispy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all away from her. I say while she's distracted, we should run back to the wagon and start riding towards Zack. We will save her, though. I have a plan.
So, I was kind of eyeing Johan as we go.
All right. Do we succeed in escaping? Because Crispy can just stay here. When he dies, I can just resummon him later.
You're just sending them out to die.
No, that is his job.
Okay. All right. You successfully. Well. Yeah, you successfully run away.
Right. Run away!
village.
Run away!
Now remember, as a reminder, you are only about 40 to 50 feet from the village.
I
right
know.
now.
I want us to run right through it. And hitch up the horse and just start going. Like no breathers, nothing. Just straight through. We'll dash the entire way there. We won't even bother getting on the horse. We'll just send him ahead and then run after him. Because mounting the horse would take more time than just running after him. When we're this close. And do we need to roll anything to see if we succeed in doing that?
I'm gonna say. How much health does Crispy have?
15 HP.
Okay. I'm going to say if you can.
I can also send. Oh no, I can't because he's beans right now. Shoot. I was gonna say I could.
I'm going to say that if you make it as a team to the left side of the map, you all successfully run away.
Okay.
But Crispy would have to not die. Well, Crispy could die technically, But if Crispy dies, then she is just going to run after you. So if you can make it to the left side of the map, you can successfully escape.
Okay. Let's go for it then, I think.
Alright. So that was Johan's turn, so it's Dowroc's turn now.
Well, Dowroc's just running, man.
Okay.
He's quiet. He's just doing what you're. He's.
All right, so horse is already off the screen.
Yep. Horse is fine.
So what's your speed's what, 30 normally? So you could dash 60.
Uh-oh. Session 3 is posted.
Jeez, we've been playing for that long already?
What, today you mean? Or...
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of initial banter
Yeah, we did.
and then build up.
A lot of complaining about Star Wars, which, I mean, there's plenty of that to do.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't thought the TV shows were awful either. It's just they... Like, the first season of The Mandalorian was really good, and the second season was basically as good. Go away, stupid pop-up. Everything else...
Her Boba Fett wasn't that great.
It was fine. It was okay. It was, like, watchable, and, like, the characters were still fun. Which is basically what I thought about Ahsoka. It was a show that existed, and I liked the characters, so I had fun watching it. I haven't watched Andor yet because I don't care, but it's supposedly really good. Obi-Wan was fine, but unnecessary. I mean, they've all just they feel like less impactful fillery episodes of a TV show, except their whole series. And like I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It's just I'm never gonna watch them again, probably. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so Dowroc moved, so it is now her turn.
Good, great.
She attacks. Oh no, did I close? Oh no, I just had her a separate one. All right. Alright, so she makes a biting attack. And a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh. Alright. Does 8 damage. Claw attack. 19.
Yeah.
And does 9 damage.
Alright, Crispy's down.
And then as Crispy went down, the red, or the she is going to go 1. Well, actually, wait. She's going to run at Dowroc.
Alright.
Turn ends. Johan.
Alright, can I throw beans as my free object interaction?
Sure. Well, what are you trying to do with it?
I'm just trying to toss him onto her face so he can dodge around her face and stick to her face for a second.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
Right.
Why not?
I'm going to Misty Step here, I think. Doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna walk the rest of the way here now, and like I'm gonna do my normal movement, and as I pass by, I'm gonna toss beans over at her face so he can stick to her face, and I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna kind of run between these two. So let me think about this. So I end up there.
Now I will say, well, just as clarification before you start, and this, you can take back your Misty Step if you want. So because Crispy's not there, if you all make it to the left side, you don't magically escape.
Oh no, I get it. I got it.
Okay, I just want to. Okay, just making sure.
I'm gonna do that, and so I end up there. 1, 2, 3. I walk to there, toss beans. So he would be on her nose, just hopping around, trying to keep her attention again.
I would say, because you're legit throwing him, right?
Yeah.
I would say I'd say make a dex check,
Okay.
just to make sure you can actually hit her. Just because you're throwing him from pretty far, you should be fine.
Well, I mean, I was throwing him from there, as I moved.
Okay, 14's fine. That's
And
fine.
as I go past Igo and Dowroc, I'm gonna cast second level Long Strider on both of them, so they now have an additional 10 feet of movement. And Todd will dash to catch up with me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Dowroc's turn.
Igo normally has 40 feet of movement speed, right?
Yeah.
So dashing he has 100, and dashing you have 80.
Dowroc with a tear in his eye says, "I'm sorry," and then he dashes,
Okay.
and then Igo follows.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys are way off the map now.
So now, as a DM, request what is your intentions on trying to, because you want to get back to the wagon and go, but the direction that you're trying to go is back toward her because you were trying to go to town.
I know. We should be able to circle back around before she can catch us,
Okay,
because
you're trying to...
the horse dashing can go like
Yeah, really
80
fast.
80 feet. So like,
Okay.
yeah, we would just make a wide circle back around the southern side of the town until we've lost her, and then we'd head off.
Okay. Well, after Dowroc's turn, so dash. I would say... So Johan, you're still on that square though, right?
Yeah, technically, I'm like right there at the edge.
Okay. Well, Beans is...
Yeah,
Afraid of Beans.
Beans is just like hopping between her eyes, trying not to get hit, but trying to make sure he's noticed, I guess.
Okay.
What I effectively did is I threw him on her face, and then commanded him to take the dodge action on her face.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so you successfully make it back into town,
Okay.
and you successfully make it back to the wagon that's on the now west side of town.
Okay.
Okay.
Dowroc is just quiet on the ride.
Alright, so you guys successfully make it back into the town. You load up, you get on the horse who is dashing, and you dash around. As you are dashing around the town, you notice, or you do not notice, I should say, her presence anywhere. So almost like as if she got distracted, Johan, you do get the sense though that Beans was killed.
Oh well, yeah, I figured.
Yeah. So, and as you guys are riding back toward runoff, you're successfully able to leave her.
Don't love that, but like, I mean, was that or kill her? I didn't want to kill her, or let her kill us, I guess, and didn't want that either.
Like this. Alright, so as you're riding back, you can make one of two choices. You can decide whether or not to ride full force, or if you want to ride fast enough that you can benefit from a short rest. So it comes with, you know, a chance, but
Once I align us with the path that I assume Zack would have taken, because he's gonna meet up with us at some point during this ride. I think we should ride slow enough that we can rest. We've been through a lot, and I also that'll give us a chance to talk.
okay.
I want to explain to Dowroc.
Well, go. You can say that this is currently the short rest. You've discovered the path that you think Zack took, the most logical one. and you are now just benefiting from a short rest while you are chatting, so you can chat.
Good. Alright,
So you can get a short rest.
one of these.
As, however, this is for Dowroc. As, however, you start riding away, Dowroc, you hear
Yeah.
when you're about 50 feet away, you're already on the horse, you know, the whole thing. About 50 feet away from the town, you hear inside your head Bren's voice and just saying your name, and that's all.
Cool. Do you convey that, Dowroc?
He passes out.
Cool. Neat.
Dowroc just completely, you just see him heavy breathing. He screams and holds his eye, and then he's passed out.
Okay.
Does he wake? Do you wake up at all on the way back?
No.
I wanted to explain. My thoughts, but I mean we can do that later when we all catch up anyway, so it's fine.
All right. So as you guys are going in your directions, Johan, is there anything that you wanted to do? I mean, I know you're kind of by yourself now, so.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm gonna have Todd running alongside to like add his perception. Like he'll be checking stuff while I'm watching for stuff. I could also, technically speaking, cast a silent image around us to make us look like we're not here, but like we're a wagon, so like that's not gonna matter. People will still hear us.
All right. So as you are riding.
Oh, I guess I will. The short rest gave me my wild shapes back, so I will summon Unkindness and have him fly overhead. I won't put my senses into his, but I'll listen telepathically to see if he notices anything.
Okay.
Just to help scout a little bit.
Okay. So as you're riding, nothing really exciting happens. You just kind of continue to ride back. About an hour or so into your, about an hour and a half into your ride, you see off in the distance, you see a horse approaching you,
Right.
with Zack on the back of it.
I call out to him, obviously, send Todd over that way to get his attention in case he doesn't hear.
All right. So you guys successfully meet up with Zack and reconvene.
All right, is Dowroc still Dowroc? Are you still out?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm gonna try to wake you up so we can talk. And like I'll if that works, I'll have us all sit down in the wagon so I can catch Zack. I'll catch Zack up on what happened anyway while we're trying to wake Dowroc up. But I want to explain my idea.
Dowroc,
Kind of to Dowroc, yeah.
he wakes up screaming screaming a name.
Okay.
What name does he scream?
It's, Samara.
Samara?
Okay. I ask if he wants to talk about that, but if not, it's fine.
He's just shivering. He's literally in like knee to chin, just shivering.
I'll make some good berries and I'll hand out 3 of them to each of us and keep the last one extra, so he can
Okay.
I know he's not physically injured, but like maybe munching on some tasty senzu beans will help him distract him a little bit.
He's not picking them up yet.
Okay.
He's just playing it.
All right. I'll sit down and I'll say this is the worst thing that could have happened in this situation, but it's not all is not lost. I mentioned that we could undo what transformation had been done with a wish spell, but now that the disease has run its course, it no longer needs to be cured. A wish spell can just undo this transformation entirely now, which means all we need to do is find somebody who can cast a wish spell. And there are rumors, of course, of the magician in the north. Zack, I believe you said that you had even been there once. If anyone would know of a source of the wish spell, it would be him, and that's already the direction we're heading anyway. If she stays here with the other slots that were made from the villagers, assuming there's any left, she should be all right. I also think it might be prudent to find a bracers guild and inform them of what happened, and maybe even take out a job with the guild to have some guildsmen come here and sort of keep the area crowd off for the time being until we can get this sorted out. Because if I'm not mistaken, if my lore is correct, a wish spell should be able to just cure all of the villagers that remain alive, and then they could just go back to their village.
Zack asked Johan. He says, would each person require a casting of wish in order to be untransformed, from your knowledge?
From what I understand, magical diseases like this take a casting of the wish spell to be undone, but there's no limit to the number of people you can affect at a time. You just have to make the wish. Like, because it doesn't.
That sounds like the best option for us, considering that nobody in Runoff Town or anyone else that I would know of other than the wizard could potentially even have access to such a high level powered spell.
The only other option I can think of is the Dragon King's Horde. There could be an item that has that power, but I mean that's in the same region, so we still need to head in that direction.
Look out for it.
Yeah.
If we have to find it, we could get lucky, or worst case, we could make it up to the wizard.
Yep. I think that's still I think heading in that direction is still our best bet. We need to stop off somewhere with a bracers guild first, though, because I don't want her or the others wandering out of that area, and I don't want some other adventurer taking up a contract to go and destroy them or something.
Sounds like a good plan. So, the closest bracer guild is the one that is in Valley Watch, so you can either backtrack to go back to Valley Watch, or you can move ahead to try to find the next closest one.
Yeah, I mean,
the next closest one would not be for a few days, so it would only take you roughly a day or so to get back to Valley Watch. Or
we could
like I said, you can travel further.
Send like a letter too.
Yeah.
I mean, if we head forward, if we stop in Wilderreach, we should be able to send a courier back. He could make it there in about the same amount of time. I mean, and that would get us closer to the wish spell faster. I say we ride ahead. Worst case scenario, I can send a letter back with unkindness too. He should be able to fly. Oh, wait, how long does he last? I don't even know if that's possible, because he doesn't last quite as long as a regular.
And also, just for note wise, I understand that the branding smite technically only lasts as long as Dowroc concentrates on it, but for purposes of story,
yeah,
it is a mark that lasts on her. Just to clear the obvious.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a good idea. I'm hoping we don't need it. I'm hoping we won't need to identify her. Because if we can turn her back, we should be able to do that from effectively anywhere. and then she's just herself again. Like, that's my hope. But like, I mean, I'm not gonna bank on that. Really relying on the Dragon Balls for this one.
Let's see. When they're when Zack and Johan are going to be resting, when we're setting up camp to rest, Dowroc is going to go out in the woods, and he's going to start just punching a tree with his prosthetic arm.
Okay.
And he's gonna, story-wise, he's gonna keep going thunderclap, but he's like casting it on his arm at the same time. Like he's every time he punches, he's gonna activate thunderclap.
Okay.
But it's gonna be like one. He's gonna find a thicker tree, so you can just keep doing that too. Keep just punching and punching.
I don't necessarily love that he's punching trees, but I understand the compulsion.
And then
That is true. You might be hitting Johan's like cousin or something.
well,
That's fine.
and then he's gonna stop doing thunderclap, and he's just gonna start hitting until either the tree or his arm gives first.
Okay.
And
Make
then
a Constitution check.
What, does the arm just use his constitution?
Yeah. I'm gonna
it's-
say for this because it technically acts as his arm.
That's true.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah. Does kind of magically align itself to his physiology.
he's definitely guidance.
that's 8. Okay. So you can roleplay this however you would like because it is your part, but the tree, for the simplistic sake, wins the fight.
You get one more punch, and then it's just gonna. He just screams once more and just gets it all he can. And as he does, it's just gonna. It's gonna crack. You just see.
So let me see if I can.
Like arm is just gonna be like it's just gonna decimate. It's gonna. It's not gonna break. It's just gonna all the inner workings are just gonna smash.
All right. So trying to paint the picture. So as Dowroc is punching a tree, so Dowroc is filled with kind of whatever feelings he is currently feeling, continues to punch the tree, and as he continues to punch the tree, you can tell that his arm is just getting weaker and weaker with each punch, and you can notice that little bits of it are starting to spark. Is it metal?
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, okay. So little bits of it spark, and you see little cracks after every hit against the tree until the final one hits. And as Dowroc slams his hand into the tree, his arm just ceases to function.
And then he's gonna slam his head into the tree as hard as he can.
At this point, I think I'm gonna walk over.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and I'm gonna say, we need you here more than we need you hurt. Please just come sit with us.
And, he's gonna cough and huff from on the exertion even harder because of his lungs. It's gonna, I couldn't save her. I couldn't save them. Not again. Not again. He's gonna come back. And you're gonna tell.
Again, if you want to talk about what happened, it could help.
And he's gonna go back to Zack and Johan, and he's gonna say, "There was the accident that took my eye wasn't the same source that took my arm. there was, during my stay in the mines, about 2.5, like about a half a year before I was able to pass a coming of age ceremony. I had an encounter with an owlbear. It was stupid of me to approach it without knowing where the mother was, but I so adore them so much that I couldn't help it. I tried to feed it. It took my meat, my rations, and I was able to just hang around it for a while. And then the mother showed up. Of course, she didn't take too kindly to me being with her cub, so she attacked me, and this is where I lost my eye. I guess the other miners heard me scream, and they came and got my father. Happened to be on coming down for just to see how everyone was doing, and he killed the mother. And then, as I watched from far away, he was about to kill the cub, and everything went dark. And I woke up in bed a couple of days later without my left arm. Apparently, I'd somehow shielded the cub, and my father cut off my arm.
Sounds like your desire to protect was so powerful that you were willing to sacrifice that much of yourself. It's a horrible story, though, and I'm very sorry that that happened.
I can't believe your father would do something like that.
Well, it wasn't mean natured. He just did it because the mother no longer had, or the cub no longer had mother. He just expected it. He just wanted to mercy kill it, pretty much, because he thought that it wouldn't survive without the mother.
And what happened? You just surprised him, and he wasn't able to stop himself from injuring you.
Well, I might have. I don't remember what happened. It might have been related to my fae, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just teleported there mid-swing, and he couldn't stop himself.
I'm sure that's what happened. I'm sure he wouldn't cause so much harm to you by choice.
Well, the cub. He told me the cub. They kept the cub alive. Samara, I named her, but they were gonna raise her to be like what you have, like Todd, like an animal companion for me. But my mother, while wanting to test, got a little too rowdy and killed her.
Sorry.
I am sorry for your loss.
Watching, so
I understand now why this affected you so much, but we will undo this. This isn't the end. You haven't failed to save her. We are still saving her right now. We have to make sure we don't fail. That's what's important.
She called for me while we were leaving. In my head.
Interesting. After she had transformed.
Yeah. She's still in there. I don't know how long.
That's interesting. We need to move quickly either way. I'm not entirely sure how she could have, unless there is something special about her. Technically, right now, her body is dead. That thing is a new being. But this could be good. This could mean that getting her back will be even less complicated than we thought. I just don't think we should count on that. We still need to do everything we can, and there is still plenty that we can do. We just have more than one quest now.
And we will do whatever it is on our power in order to get to that spell to save her.
Now, I'll reiterate that the best place to resupply for the trek north toward Dragon Watch and then into Dragon Country is still Lake Town, which, I mean, based on where we are, is still 3 or 4 days away, depending on how fast we ride.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, DM. Correct me if I'm wrong. What direction did you leave? You met up with Zack, and then did you decide to go to Valley Watch, or did you send a letter to Valley Watch? And then
I'm voting for sending a letter.
Okay.
And then we can
I just wanted to make sure that was okay.
Assuming that the Bracers Guilds talk to each other, we can confirm that they got the letter when we reach another Bracers Guild later on.
So Zack does say that the Bracer Guilds do talk. So any information that one gets that should be sent to another.
Okay.
So we should be able to comfortably find out. So you are on your way to Wilderreach then.
Okay.
Correct. Okay.
And from there, we shouldn't be that far from Wilderreach either. About a day's journey. And from there, if we ride through the Midwood, which is where that well is like somewhere in there. If we ride through there and don't even bother with the road, we just ride straight, we should be able to get to Lake Keep and Lake Town, to that region, in another 3 or 4 days, depending on how fast we push the horses.
And then Dowroc is going to ask Johan about any information he knows about mind flayers. As they're riding, like the
creature we saw, the creature that did this. I wasn't sure of its name, the name of their species. Some of the details are fuzzy, but I have heard of them in passing. They have powerful mental abilities. They're very smart, and they have the ability to traverse dimensions. They can also completely destroy your mind. And if they catch you by surprise, or their luck is on their side, there's not much you can do about it. That's why I did my best to keep the one there distracted. I knew that the two of you could handle the creatures. Now I sort of wish you hadn't, now that we know exactly what they were, but it's not as if we had much choice. And I tried to keep him as distracted as possible, and maybe even convince him that we weren't automatically his enemies, so that we could get the drop on him. The best I could do, though, was convince him that we might be more dangerous than he initially thought. That's why he retreated, I assume, back to his home realm. Which
I would assume so.
If we didn't find any sort of laboratory in town, that must be where he keeps his resources, which means we never stood a chance of finding anything.
And quick pause, I forget, John, get inspiration from last time.
Oh.
I forget if I told you that or not.
Oh, cool.
Because Nick recommended Dowroc, or for Johan to get it, because he talked down a mind flayer, basically.
I appreciate that. That's
also
fun.
another thing I'd like to implement.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you guys want to, basically at the end of a session, if somebody feels like somebody else should get it and the DM doesn't, if you bring it up, I think that's a good practice. Some people say that, like, that's a fun homebrew that they do.
Okay, cool.
Not homebrew, but
I will.
So, like, again, since Johan did something really cool, Dowroc's like, oh, I think you should get inspiration.
For just to let you guys know, like for the way that Dowroc studies magic, in like today's terms, think of him as like a clockmaker
Okay.
instead of like an art, like a not like any kind of blacksmith or anything like that. Like he studied magic like a clockmaker. He knows the intricacies of the magic and how it works, and he can see like the formulas of the magic.
Dowroc kind of reminds me of one of the Elder Scrolls dwarves. Instead of doing magic themselves, they would build machines that moved in complicated ways and then send sound through them to effectively shape the sound with the movement of the devices into magic.
Yeah.
I will be back in just a minute.
All right, I'm actually, in that case, I'm going to take a second to go get some more food.
Okay.
But yeah, Dowroc's not the only genius. Outthink the mind. He probably outthink the Mind Slayer.
Yeah.
Or mind.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just lucky it worked because like we could have beaten him for sure. Don't get me wrong, but would we have? I don't know.
Well, I have. Yeah. I mean, we both have the resistance for the charmed effect, so.
Yeah.
I think we do.
I mean, I've got advantage on wisdom, so I probably would have been fine. But or like proficiency. I mean, but yeah. Yeah.
I am back.
Okay. Cool.
What was the something?
Well, we were just discussing whether or not we could have withstood the Mind Flayer.
Oh, you mean like beat it in a fight, or
Like withstood its domination and stuff, which we probably could have. I just wouldn't have wanted to risk it, you know.
Yeah.
Our resistance against charmed, and I was pretty upset. So he was definitely going to go down to the gun. It's like he was
maybe
he probably would have mentioned a way just to get away from us, and would have pissed me off even more. So
maybe it would have been better if we had fought him, because maybe we would have killed him, but then maybe he would have eaten one of our brains. So like,
true.
I didn't see it as a risk worth taking.
Just for clarification, John, you personally had nothing planned for the well, right?
Nope, it just exists.
Okay, cool. I was making sure.
Yeah, there's that.
Right.
That's noteworthy. The well is noteworthy. There's also some buried stones poking out of a hill just northeast of Lake Town that could be the ruins of an entire underground city. Who knows? There's also like way north of that, kind of halfway between that and Dragon Watch, there's a cool old ruin that looks like the ribs of a large serpent poking out of the earth. There's a lot of these. I need to share this with you, because like I need to find a way to get you on this page so you can see these, because they're all over the place.
The serpent?
The points of interest, yeah.
Oh.
I have like little like 1-2 sentence descriptions of them written up and stuff, as like story prompts.
Mm-hmm.
I could just send you all of those too, I guess. But I really want to. I know there's a way to do this, but I just can't get it to work. To like let you edit my world anvil, basically. You could just give me my login too.
That might be the easiest way, even though like I don't. Just because every time we try to share it or whatever, it's like, no, you don't have access. And
Yeah, I mean,
all this junk.
yeah, I'll probably just do that. And I'm pretty sure anything that's like a spoiler for my campaign, I actually have like a spoiler warning on it, so like that should be fine.
Oh, gotcha.
Alright, well, once we have slept through the night, like we can even, if we wanna ride a little slower, We could even keep riding through the night, and then the watch shift can guide the horses, and the other two can sleep in the back. It's one of the reasons I got the wagon.
Okay.
It might
Sounds
save
good.
us
So-
a little time.
All right. So as you make it to Wilder Reach,
And to be entirely clear, I'm okay with just passing right through Wilderreach if we want to, and like not even stopping, because like we've got good berries. There's a river up ahead. If we want to just make time, I'm good with that.
that's up to Dowroc. Zack will just obviously go with the majority. Or not the majority, but you know. Well, actually, I guess not, because if Dowroc says no, we'll see what happens when Dowroc says something.
Like, is there a temple in Motorreach?
Yes.
Yes, there's a temple.
Dowroc would want to stop by the temple.
We can stop at least. We can stop there at least for a little while, but like, I don't know that we need to stay the night or anything. Is my point.
No, he was just gonna go to the temple and give him check. He's gonna give him 5 gold and check, and just ask him if the other temple told him what was going on.
Like with you giving the money to the other temple?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Okay, and then he was gonna give him another 5 gold.
And then they again kind of are very appreciative of your act.
Urban's gonna go. He's gonna wear like an arm sling. Like,
Okay.
he's gonna keep the metal. He's gonna put the broken prosthetic in while he's in town, and then wear an arm sling. And then out of town, he's gonna take his arm off. Then it's just gonna be like a covering for his arm.
So I will say that Dowroc does have supplies on him, so he can kind of do with the supplies that he has what he wishes. So, depending on what he wants to do with said supplies, he can craft them depending if he has time to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
But that is up to you guys.
if,
Unfortunately, no one in Wilderreach really is proficient in mechanical as much as
their
So-
blacksmith can really only work iron and steel and string bows. Like, there's not really much to him.
Right.
Dowroc is just gonna take the plate. He's gonna use for armor, the mithril, and he's gonna start doing his thing with the mithril plate.
Okay, so he's going to use the mithril plates to craft or to build his arm now
Yeah.
instead of putting it on armor. Okay.
They're more susceptible to magic, and so he's gonna create, to integrate, and hold on.
We should get you
He's gonna.
an arcane propulsion arm, Nick.
Oh, jeez.
Rocket punch.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Eventually.
Alright.
He's gonna. I don't know how many days is it gonna take to get to the.
Yeah, I'm okay with us just like turning on fast travel for a minute if we want to, and get into whatever the next point of interest is.
Just the nearest town. I didn't know. He's
Well,
just
Wilder
gonna.
Reach is the nearest town. So.
Yeah, and if we try to ride straight from there to Lake Town, then it's wilderness until we get to Lake Keep.
So it's kind of up to
Or
You
we
guys
can
are
we
down,
can
I
or we
guess.
can go the road, which will take us through River Ward, High River, Neck, which is my favorite town,
Neck.
Birch Bell, and then to Lake Town, and we would bypass Lake Keep. But that would add at least another day to our journey, and depending on what shenanigans we get into in all those places.
Well, Dowroc is he's just He's in the back of the cart the entire time, pretty much, just working.
I mean, I guess I'll ask him.
Like
I'll
he's using his grief as inspiration, pretty much.
I will ask him if he can. Well, kind of jokingly, if you can peel yourself away from your tinkering for a minute, what's your thoughts? Do we want to make time, or do we want to take our time?
So, where are you're still in Wilder Reach, correct?
Yeah, or
Like you're on the outskirts.
yeah, we're
of
like
Wilder
riding
Reach?
past it. Yeah.
Okay.
He says, just as long as these berries keep coming, that's all I need. Whatever, up to you and Zack. I'm gonna keep
cool with
working on that.
I'm cool with using a little bit of magic every day to make us some berries. I say we just press on through the wilderness then.
Yeah.
All right, so we're heading
Sounds good to me.
towards the little. I'll veer us a little bit more to the a little bit more north by northwest, and we'll start heading for the little woods between here and Lake Keep. That's where the well's at, and we'll head that way.
Okay.
Okay. So
Zack and Dowroc see, or Zack and Johan see, like what they imagine a dwarf is what Dowroc is acting like now.
all
Like
right.
he's in his element right now, fixing his arm and just writing ideas down in his book and just.
Very good. It's good to.
Yes.
I won't say it, but I do think it's good to see him focusing on something else right now.
Yes, instead of the sadness of what occurred. Zack makes the recommendation to Johan. He says, I can take it up here if you want to study your book as well.
Appreciate that. And I will do that.
Alright, so Nick, Dowroc makes an intelligence check. Johan, make a arcana check.
Hooray.
Intelligence.
15.
15, okay. Now, something for John. Do you want Johan to just prep enough to learn this? Now, he's not going to learn it yet, but I just mean, like, are you wanting it to happen in a story event? Or do you want him to just learn enough from the book that he can get?
That's up to you. If you have a good story event where you think it could happen, like I'm cool with that. But otherwise, like if we want to just have a eureka moment, that's fine too.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I'm going to kind of treat it the same way that I was treating Dowroc Sentinel, where the more you do it, the higher the checks, and once you reach a certain goal, you kind of understand it. So, all right.
As Johan says that it's good for him to get this out of his system. He's not good.
Oh yeah, I know. But you know,
he's still not good. He rolled an 8 for his intelligence.
Okay. All right. So, as Dowroc kind of works throughout the night, you can benefit from a long rest at this point. Or Dowroc, you can do a second option. Dowroc, or Johan, either way, you can choose to forego a long rest to make an additional check. But that's up to your characters.
yeah, I kind of need it. I'm down to one spell slot of each level.
Okay. Now, you did benefit from the short rest, but obviously that does not regenerate spell slots. Yeah. But Dowroc, would you prefer a long rest, or excuse me, or would you like to continue working on your arm?
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
And the arcane propulsion arm really is just rocket fist, isn't it?
It is.
So cool.
Dowroc's probably going to do a short rest.
I think it's actually very,
They
very
heal up.
good. It's like,
The short rest heal up, and then he's gonna do his is it intelligence check, or do you want to do arcana, or I didn't know how.
Actually, you know what's funny? Quick pause. Is some YouTube videos I watched, I didn't realize it, that we call it arcana. Did you know other people say it like, they say it differently than arcana.
Arcane.
It's,
Arcana?
say, yeah, like arcana.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just sounds weird.
Well,
to me.
it's from the root arcane. So like,
That's why I say arcana.
I don't begrudge anybody, but like, you know, it just seems strange to me.
Well, Dowroc, the only thing I would say is that isn't Dowroc's arcana and intelligence the same? Like the check and the
skill thing is doing a skill check is just for plain intelligence. It's a +5. Arcana is a +8.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, do arcana. So.
If I had done that initially, or
Yeah. So that would have been what, 3 higher? Right.
Yes.
Okay. So let me change that.
11.
Okay. So you want to do another short rest? 'Cause you
Well,
already been up to 1.
I'm just getting my HP back, but I won't have any spell.
Okay. Okay. So you can short rest and then make another arcana check if you like.
We need to get you some powered armor too, Dowroc.
Well, I'm using the plates to get more of the powered armor, so
Iron Man.
I see.
21.
21. Okay.
So
Well, technically, he'd be more, I guess, like Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay.
different. I think that's a different subclass than what I am.
Hey, you can combo it. This is a world of pure imagination. All right.
Come with me.
So as you are,
in a world of pure imagination.
as you better cut that out, John, before you put it on YouTube.
Nah, they can come at me. I don't care.
All right. So Dowroc, as you're working, you kind of feel and notice that you're making great progress in crafting your arm. You're probably 2/3 of the way done with it. So it is now the next day. So as you are writing, you see off in the distance a bricks kind of in a very small cylinder shape. And as you continue riding up toward it, you see that as you get closer and closer, you see 2 individuals standing, not guards or anything, more like civilian, like random, commoners, kind of standing there, very young looking. And you kind of overhear them as they're talking as you're riding toward it, and you can see the cylinder in the distance. And you hear one young individual say, "Well, go over there. Go over there." And you hear the other one is like, I don't want to. I've heard like it's bad stuff over there. I don't know." "Yeah, but you could get whatever you want." "Yeah, but I mean, what if I die?"
That hearing whatever I want sparks Dowroc's interest.
Okay, so Dowroc kind of pokes his head out the back of the thing. Okay.
I think we should slow down. Who's driving right now?
We'll say Zack is driving still. Like, well, we'll say Johan is.
All right, I will slow down enough that we can at least talk to these guys. Like, what do they look like? Like are they both men or age? Anything noteworthy about them?
It's like teenage male and female humans.
Okay. I'll
Younger, probably mid-teens.
I'll kind of say hello.
And then the boy.
Overheard a little bit of what you were saying. Is there something dangerous in this area?
And the boy kind of turns to look at you, and he's like, "Well, you must not be really around from here, are you?" Yeah, the infamous well ahead. It's allegedly can grant you anything that you want, but every time somebody tries to go for it, we never see him again, so we don't obviously know how true it is. And, you know, her, as he points to the girl with her, or with him, he's like, she wants me to go over there, and I don't want to.
Does this...
And, like, it's...
This legend, does each person get to ask for something, or is it just per like group or something?
And the guy kind of sighs. He's like, I don't know, because no one's ever come back from it, and she won't stop bugging me to try to go to it. But it's been infamously nicknamed the Wishing Well, but no one's been able to actually go to it, and I don't want to do it. And he starts kind of walking away.
All right, I will get out. I'll like hop down from the horse or the seat or wherever the hell I am, and I'll like put my hand on his shoulder to stop him, and I'll say one moment, and then you're free to go.
He stopped.
My party and I, we are currently questing for a wish. If there's anything that either of you can tell us that you've heard about this place, it'd be extremely appreciative.
And she kind of, like, he seems very reluctant to say anything, and then she kind of slaps him on the back of the head. He just was like, well, we don't really know anything. I've only been over there once, and I can't see the bottom of it, and I mean, I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do to actually get a wish from it. I mean, it just looks like a regular well to me, but my friend came here months ago, and I've never seen him again. So I kind of watched it from a distance, and he kind of went down. So I don't know. I don't know anything past that.
Is that all he did? Was enter the well? Did he try anything else first, like giving it money, giving it food?
He threw coins down it, thinking that maybe that would do it, but nothing happened. But I mean, I don't know. He also probably wished for something stupid. He didn't tell me what it was, but he just kind of threw money down it. Nothing happened, and then he kind of looked over the edge, and the next thing I knew, he was gone. But I've always liked to stay far back because, you know, I'm a little superstitious about this kind of stuff.
So I asked the girl, have you heard anything that he hasn't?
And she says, no, that's pretty much all we know. I mean, and she kind of looks at the guy, and she's like, well, there was that one guy in town that allegedly actually succeeded in it, but he doesn't really talk or do much, and we haven't really actually even seen him around all that much anymore. But his name was Eric, but I mean, he kind of left town months ago, but allegedly he came out here and claimed that he got a wish, but he didn't tell anybody about it.
You didn't overhear anything about what he had to do or anything like that?
No, but he was also much... And he kind of looks at the guy, and she's like, he's much more powerful than some of the other people that try to attempt it.
So there could be some sort of danger to overcome, some being that wants you to earn this power. Did you two come here with a specific wish in mind?
Not particularly. She just asked me to go out here, and she kind of like blushes and says, I'm not really at liberty to say the wish that I would want, but...
Well, I'll kind of take her aside for a second, and I'll say, you can tell me. I won't tell anyone, and we're gonna go and try to get this wish. If you have a wish in mind, I'd like to try to make yours too.
And she kind of roll a persuasion check.
No, I'm not good at those.
Well,
Guidance.
Guidance. Need it. I got a 9.
Total.
Yeah.
She is not really too keen on listening to you. Zack instead will try to walk up because he is better at persuading people.
Really glad we have him to mop up.
So he will say something very similar and say, being. So he'll pretty much say the same thing. Take her aside. Well, all right.
His anime main character charisma, his handsome charisma.
Well, even with main character charisma, I got a whopping 10. So. I had a +5 to do it, but I still rolled.
God dang it.
No, Dowroc's not going to die for this sweaty, one-armed, one-eyed.
Purple leader.
While Zack,
-1 person.
while
-1 person.
while Zack is trying to persuade her, Todd is going to walk up and under her hand so she can pat his neck and grant you the help action if I am allowed to do that.
Help action. Help. Help.
Okay, I like it. All right, there we go. Now I got a 20.
There we go.
Lay down, Klaus.
Okay,
Butthead.
so remember, you're still like however many feet away from the well. You're not like
Yeah,
actually at it. So that kind of, once Todd kind of puts his head under her hand, she kind of feels like she calms down a little bit. She kind of looks up at Zack and she's like, my dad, he died many years ago, and I was thinking maybe that the wish would help bring him back.
Hmm.
And then Johan, you can kind of take over the conversation if you'd like.
I'm not sure if even a wish can do that, but if we manage to find the way to do this, we'll certainly ask for you.
He starts tearing up and thank you so much.
I'll give her a good berry because I make 10 of them, and we only need one each day, and they die after a day, so I might as well give some out.
She takes it, and the one that did you give one to the guy?
Yeah, sure.
She takes that one as well, and kind of hits the guy again. And
All right, now I'll say you guys should head back to town. If this is dangerous, then I don't want you two to get wrapped up in it. But I promise, if we can find a way to make this work, we will.
they kind of scatter off, and she kind of drags him off, and they head out.
And I kind of look over at the well, and I'm kind of just thinking.
As you look over to the well, you see something in the distance. You see a cloaked figure kind of walk up next to it and just kind of jump and then fall into the well.